Alright, what's going on YouTube? Thank you for the love and support. This video, I got a story coming out of Tempe, Arizona involving their police department. I'm gonna show you guys the body cam footage, talk to you guys a little bit about it. And at the end, I'm gonna hit y'all with a story. Make sure y'all stay to the end. Hit the like button, share button, subscribe button to the channel. Let's go.
It's frustrating to see.
Okay, did you guys get into a physical confrontation?
No, nothing like that. No.
Okay.
No, our conversations make it loud. Just.
Alright, look, domestics are wild. You ask a lot of police officers, I'm sure they're gonna tell you some of the craziest shit that they deal with are either on traffic stops or on domestics. Now the thing about domestics, whenever a cop shows up on scene and you know they got their information and they talking to whoever's involved, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, girlfriend, roommate, whatever. That's all domestic. That's all the same shit. If they show up and they talk and whoever's involved, they tell the police officers like, look, we didn't get physical with each other. There's no marks on me. There's no marks on them. We're just arguing. We're allowed to argue. We're just arguing. That's fine. Cops are really going to fall back because they really don't even want to be in that situation like that. So they're going to fall back. They're supposed to write a domestic violence form. And that form is just pretty much, there's no charges, nothing like that. You're just pretty much getting everybody's information and you're covering yourself. It's pretty much saying that, look, we got a call for a domestic. We showed up. We talked to everybody that was involved. They said that there was no issues, so we're leaving. But we're leaving this paper around just in case the next day, a couple hours later, who knows when, maybe something happens in that same house where people are going to be like, oh, well, what the fuck? Where the cops at? How come the cops didn't know? And it could be like, nah, well, you know, the cops did show up. But every time they showed up, you know, the boyfriend, girlfriend started fighting the cops. It happens like that. The fucking couples are arguing, cops show up, and it's like, oh, no, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here, you bitch-ass cops. Fuck out of here. We good. We aren't. It happens. It happens. So a lot of cops want to fall back. So that's kind of why their demeanor was pretty much like, look, is there anything physical? Is there anything kind of going? All right, look, whatever, fine. We still got to go talk to other dude. Still got to get the warrants, but it's not on that level.
Sorry, where you going? Huh?
What are you doing, my friend? Huh? What are you doing?
I gotta go for a swim. Right, I'm free to go, right?
All right, so I'm not going to show you the rest of the body cam footage. Pretty much the man jumps into the water. He, police officers leaned up against the rail watching him, telling him, I'm not going after you. Don't go in there. You're not allowed to go in there, bro. I'm not going after you. The man ignores him, unfortunately, ends up drowning. His body comes up a couple hours later. It's a fucked up situation. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, the cops should have went in the water after him. They should have prevented him from drowning. They should have did this and that, this and that, this and that. It's easy to say that shit when you're not in that situation. You never know. It's easy to say. I'm going to tell you guys honestly. And you guys already know, if you've been following the channel, never have I told you guys, when I was in the academy, we took swimming class and we learned about swimming and rescue and training and things. Never. No police department. I'm not going to say no, because there are certain police departments where swimming class and all that shit is going to be a requirement. State troopers, I know y'all going to be doing some crazy ass shit in the water. So, but a lot of these other departments, swimming is not going to be required. A lot of people can't swim. So departments kind of just was whatever. But they train and they told us, there's ever a situation and somebody's drowning or whatever, and you're by yourself, you need to get on the radio. You got to call fire and rescue, because for Atlantic City, which is a town, a shore town, Atlantic City, Ventnor, Margate, Longport, Wildwood, all those towns have experienced unfortunate drownings. And they're drownings from 10, 15-year-olds all the way up to 40, 50-year-old men who go out swimming and they get caught in the current. It happens all the time. When I was working there, it happened all the time. I remember one, it was a fucked up one. They're all fucked up. I'm not going to say one, but you know, this one was, there was two local kids from Atlantic City. Young kids, like 15, 16 years old. They go to the beach. Girl goes out swimming. She ends up getting caught in the current. The boy ends up going after her. They both drown. And they end up getting found a couple days later, like 20 miles away, 15 miles away in another town. It's sad, man. And during those days, I remember we would get in the Polaris and we would go on the beach, and our sergeant would say, just drive up and down the shoreline. If you see a body show up, then we know what it is, but just drive up. This shit happens a lot. But a department would tell you, your sergeant would tell you, if you're by yourself and you are not comfortable, well, even if you're by yourself, because they're gonna say, you gotta take off your belt, which has your gun, which has your radio. You're not gonna take off all your gear, your equipment, leave it on the beach, and then go swimming and then just leave an unoccupied gun on the, like, somebody's gonna come take your shit. So they say, you know, if you feel confident enough, if you have been a lifeguard in the past, if you have been around water and you know how, and you can give your belt and take off your equipment and give it to another police officer, and you want to go out there and take that chance, that's on you. But a lot of police departments are not going to tell their police officers to just hop in the water and go chase after somebody. That's what state troopers are for. Like in Atlantic City, they have a state troop. They have a unit for that, Marine unit for that. That's why they have the Coast Guard, because departments they're not going to deal with that shit. And Tempe, Arizona, that police department said the same thing. They said, we're not trained. We're trained to call fire and rescue and Coast Guard. That police officer, he felt like, look, I'm not jumping in that shit. That lake is dirty as hell. I got a family. I don't know I don't feel confident because shit, what if I go out there swimming and then we both drown? Motherfucker pulls me down in the water and shit, like it's a wrap. So then a lot of people, so I don't know. What do you guys think? All right, so now story time. Back when I was working in Atlantic City, there was a police officer who was in a situation where a female decided to jump into the water, whether it was on purpose, maybe I think she had mental issues, or she had a lot going on or something, I don't even know. She jumped in the water, slipped or whatever. He decided to go in there and save her. Now, I don't really got the facts 100%. I think it was a situation where dispatch wasn't notified. Like he didn't call on the radio. Like, yo, I'm about to jump in the water. Like it was just kind of like nigga just jumped in the water. And when I found out about it, I think it was at the end of the shift, because obviously, like throughout the night, you hear guys talking about like, yo, you heard motherfucking so and so, they jump in the water after, and you're like, what the fuck, like for real, why he do that? And then you start talking about, asking around, and I feel like at the end of the shift was, I think I seen him when we turned our guns in. This nigga was just soaked, like from head to toe, like his whole just wet as hell. And he just said, like, you know, there was a girl in the water, and he wanted to try to save her, but we went into roll call the next day, and our sergeant, they didn't really, you know, they wasn't pissed. They wasn't really snapping or anything like that, but they pretty much told us, like, look, I respect what he was trying to do. I mean, like, I get it. It was very admirable. Not that smart. Like, you gotta call that shit out on the radio. You gotta, how you jumping in the fucking, with all your shit on? Cause the gun, I don't know if his gun got fucked up, but like you got all that bullshit in your gun, your handcuffs get rusty as hell. Like it's like, bro. So they was kind of giving us that lecture, and that's when they was like, look, if there's ever a situation, somebody's in the water, and you don't do that. Don't jump in there with all your shit on. Don't try to be a hero like that. You could play your part, but because if you get killed, what the fuck? Who gonna save you? You know? So, I don't know why that nigga jumped in the water. This is my man. Another dude I went to the academy with. We worked together. Good dude, man. To this day. I don't know why that nigga went in the water, though. Catch you on the next one, though. Peace.